finance and bot building, Tim shares an insider's take on how social media really works and why so much of it it's fake. All right, Tim, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, Brew. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure. Man, what an interesting theme. So, the dark side of social media. Why you got so interested on it?
For me, I spent my early 20s making large amounts of profit from the dark side of social media. I did it at a time before there was broad familiarity with it. And I think on the backside of it, I was motivated to write this book.
Okay, okay. And what was it? Like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or everything?
It was primarily Instagram.
Oh, okay. Why would you say is that?
During that period of time, before Instagram even had a billion users, there was a lot of interest in digital metrics there. So if you remember when everybody moved to Facebook, maybe from MySpace, Facebook whitewashed a lot of these things. And on Facebook, it made it so that your friend count wasn't that prominent or it wasn't that important. Whereas on MySpace, it had been. What we found when Instagram became popular was that everyone rushed to get as many followers as possible. And when I was involved with Shark Social, which is the code name I gave to the business I was involved with, we found that there were thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of customers interested in getting more followers.
I mean, it's a social thing, right? So it's status, I would say. The more followers you have, the more it represents that people like you and follow you, are interested in you. So automatically, I think you just have a sense that you're more important. Have you seen this? It's an app. It's a fake app that people download, and it looks like you're live on Instagram, and you have a bunch of people watching your live. And this guy, the guy who created this fake app, is like he's rich for sure because uh, I mean he's selling it. But the point is, if you have one of those apps and you pretend that you have like 10K people watching live, you just like the user case, like you go into like a VIP section, say hi guys, I'm famous, look I'm on Instagram, and they just let you in, and it's like a social status. It's like fake social status.
Yeah, this clout, this digital cloud provides a lot in terms of social proof and even in terms of how people perceive you in the real world as well. So when we got into the business, we were not getting people fake followers. We were hopefully getting them organic followers, but we were doing so in a way that was against the rules because we were automating all aspects of social interaction.
Whoa. Okay, so you're admitting some crime here? What's happening? Don't do that.
There's definitely a gray area here where we've seen terms like black hat marketing emerge.
Oh,
And I would say that this was a primary example of what we would call black hat marketing. So, at face value, not illegal activity, but activity that certainly violated the terms of use of the platform. And so there's this difference of saying, okay, we're not breaking the law, but we are breaking the rules and we are likely creating a nuisance for other users on the platform.
what exactly did you guys did?
So the program I built was called Mako, and none of the customers knew this because the customers didn't necessarily know that we were running a bot on their accounts. If you signed up for our service at Shark Social, you would provide your username and password, and then you would provide a list of targeted accounts, meaning accounts similar to yours or accounts whose audiences you wanted to try to conjoin with your own audience. My program Mako would log into your Instagram account because I had your credentials, and it would then begin liking, commenting on posts by, and following accounts that were in this targeted group. So essentially, we would take 200, 300, maybe even 400 actions per day with the idea that some of those actions would be returned to us. The general rule of thumb was that the actions would be returned at a rate of about 10%.
Wow. Okay, so let me see if I got this straight. Someone would pay you to to do that, and then you would log into their account and would automate liking and performing several other actions on that person account, and about 10% of all of those actions would have some type of return. Other people would engage back, would like back, would subscribe back. So is that correct? Is that the case?
That's exactly right.
Oh, okay. I mean, is that a gray area? Because basically, from what I understand, you're doing what the person would do already by themselves. You're just kind of speeding up the process, right? Especially if you're making sure to like and follow people that this person already kind of is like the same genres and interests that this person has.
Yeah, that's true. In that the outsider's perspective would have been that it was indistinguishable from human actions. And that was kind of the point. At scale, as we had thousands of customers eventually, if we were taking 200 or 300 actions per customer per day, you could probably see how that begins to be an issue. Because it's not just one account, it's thousands. And then you start talking in terms of maybe over 1 million actions per week. That then becomes an issue for the platform. And even back then, one of Instagram's terms did forbid this like automated programmatic access. So even though we were able to do it, even back then, it was against the rules.
Okay, and you knew that at the time.
We knew that, but I think everyone just wanted the gravy train to like keep going. So for us, we weren't. We had to understand the rules to obviously to break them, but we kind of remained in this, this like self-imposed ignorant state.
You made some money, right? So for a while it was worth it. So I see that you have a more negative view nowadays, right? Like during your intro, I read like it's a dark side of social media and why so much of it's fake. So why? So from someone who used to profit from it, so what made you believe it's so evil now?
Even while I was doing it, I think there was some momentum behind this idea that social media was a net negative for society.
Oh,
It had really maybe outlived its usefulness as this way to connect socially, and it became a vector of entertainment. And this was really new in the mid 2010s, where we were only a few years into